Let me ask you one simple question. Do you truly value yourself? Not your achievements, not your salary, not what others think of you. You. If you hesitated even for a second, keep listening. This might be the most important thing you hear today.
Welcome to Good Talks Podcast. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that often gets overlooked: self-respect.
Absolutely. It's so crucial, yet so many of us struggle with understanding what self-respect really means. Let's start with a fundamental question. What is self-respect?
Great question. You know, there's a kind of poverty that has nothing to do with money. It's the poverty of a person who does not value themselves.
Right. It's that feeling of shrinking away when someone raises their voice, or saying yes when everything inside is screaming no. It's heartbreaking.
Exactly. And that's the essence of missing self-respect. It robs you of your voice, your choices, and ultimately, your peace. It can be more dangerous than any financial struggle.
So true. But let's clarify something. Self-respect is not arrogance. It's not about walking around like you're better than everyone else.
Right. Self-respect is a quiet, deep knowing within you that says, I matter, my feelings matter, my time matters, my dignity matters.
And that's the foundation for healthy relationships and true happiness. Without it, you're like a house built on sand.
Exactly. Everything may seem fine on the outside, but when life throws a storm your way, a harsh word, a betrayal, that structure can collapse.
But with self-respect, you become a house built on rock. Sure, the storms will come, and life will bring pain, but you won't collapse. You bend, and then you rise again.
That's such a powerful image. So, what can our listeners do to start building their self-respect?
Great question. I think it starts with recognizing your own worth and setting boundaries that protect that worth. What do you think?
Absolutely. And it's about practicing self-compassion too. Treating yourself with the same kindness you would show a friend.
To wrap up, self-respect is not just a nice idea. It's the bedrock for everything meaningful in our lives.
Yes. Remember, it's about knowing you matter.
Have you ever wondered where it truly begins?
Absolutely. It's interesting how so many people think self-respect is tied to achievements, like getting that promotion or earning praise from others. But is that really where it starts?
Exactly. While achievements can boost our confidence, relying on them for self-worth can be a slippery slope. After all, outcomes are often beyond our control.
Right. So if it doesn't start with achievements, where does it begin?
It begins with how we treat ourselves when no one is watching. Think about it. When you keep promises to yourself, like waking up early or standing up against disrespect, that's where self-respect truly shines.
That's a powerful point. Choosing rest over guilt, honesty over approval, those are significant acts of self-respect.
And let's not forget the stories we tell ourselves. Many of us have a harsh inner voice that constantly critiques us. It can say things like, "You're not smart enough," or "You don't deserve love."
That inner dialogue can be toxic if we let it control how we view ourselves. So, how do we combat that negative voice?
Self-respect truly begins the moment we start talking back to that voice. When we challenge those negative thoughts and affirm our worth, that's when real change happens.
So, it sounds like self-respect is less about external validation and more about internal acknowledgement and growth.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing that we are enough, just as we are. So, as we wrap up today's discussion, remember, self-respect starts from within.
Self-respect and the people who test it.
Absolutely. It's fascinating how not everyone in our lives celebrates who we are. Some people, out of their own insecurities or pain, can really bring us down.
Right. They can criticize us in ways that aren't constructive at all, dismiss our feelings, and make us feel like our needs are too much. Have you ever experienced that?
Definitely. It can come from anywhere, like a rude colleague or even a close friend who only reaches out when they need something. Those moments feel especially heavy.
Exactly. And it's not just about recognizing these people. It's about how we choose to respond. When they show up, that's when self-respect becomes an active choice.
So true. A person with self-respect doesn't beg for validation from those who refuse to give it. They don't shrink themselves to fit in.
It's about acknowledging the situation, and saying, I choose better for myself. That's such a powerful statement.
Absolutely. And moving into our next part, setting boundaries is a crucial expression of self-respect. What do you think about that?
I love that. Boundaries aren't walls. They're honest statements of what we will and won't accept in our lives. Can you share an example?
Sure, telling someone, please do not speak to me that way, is a clear boundary. It's about protecting our peace.
And it can be as simple as not responding to messages late at night because we need rest. Boundaries can be small, yet so impactful.
Exactly. And here's a truth that often goes unsaid. People who truly respect you will respect your boundaries. They might be surprised at first, but they will adjust.
And those who react negatively, calling you selfish or dramatic, often needed that boundary the most. Their reaction highlights its necessity.
Holding a boundary can be really tough, though. It requires us to be okay with discomfort and potential conflict.
Absolutely. But every time we hold that boundary, we're sending a message to ourselves. I trust myself. I value myself.
And that's such a vital message to internalize. So let's wrap up today's discussion.
To summarize, self-respect is crucial in dealing with those who test it. And setting boundaries is a powerful way to express that self-respect.
Remember, it's all about choosing what's best for ourselves and staying true to our values.
Self-respect and the relationships we choose.
Absolutely. It's fascinating how our level of self-respect can directly influence the quality of relationships we allow into our lives. What do you think? Can self-respect really shape our experiences with others?
Definitely. When someone doesn't respect themselves, they might find themselves in friendships or romantic relationships where they feel unseen or unvalued.
It's almost like a cycle of acceptance, isn't it?
Exactly. And it's not about being naive or stupid. It's more about familiarity. If you've been treated poorly for so long, that can start to feel normal, while being treated well can feel suspicious.
That's such a powerful point. It's almost like a protective mechanism kicks in, right? But the good news is that self-respect isn't a fixed trait. It can be rebuilt.
Right. It's something we can practice daily, in both small and significant ways. What do you think are some effective ways to start treating ourselves with more respect?
I think it starts with setting boundaries and recognizing our worth. When we begin to raise our own standards, it can lead to remarkable changes in our relationships.
Exactly. Some relationships may deepen as people rise to meet those new standards, while others may fade away. And that's not a loss, it's a liberation, right?
Absolutely. Letting go of relationships that compromise our self-respect is vital. It opens the door to healthier connections and ultimately a healthier self. What a liberating thought.
To wrap up, self-respect is not just a personal journey, it's foundational to the relationships we nurture. So let's all commit to practicing self-respect every day.
Thanks for joining us on this journey today. Remember, respecting yourself opens the door to deeper, more meaningful connections. Until next time, self-respect and the power of forgiveness.
Absolutely. It's interesting how often we overlook the importance of forgiving ourselves for our past mistakes. We all have those moments we wish we could take back.
Right? I mean, whether it's words said in anger or decisions made out of fear, we can all look back and cringe at certain points in our lives.
Exactly. And it's so easy to let those memories turn into weapons against ourselves. We replay those mistakes over and over, convincing ourselves we are flawed or unworthy.
But what if we flipped the script? What if we viewed those mistakes as opportunities for growth instead?
That's a powerful shift. A person with genuine self-respect recognizes that every misstep was made by a version of themselves doing the best they could with what they had at the time.
Exactly. Growth requires error, right? It's all part of the journey. You can't learn courage without first experiencing fear.
And you can't truly appreciate your worth until you faced situations that treated you as worthless.
Yes. Forgiving yourself doesn't mean excusing your actions. It's acknowledging your humanity and saying, I made a mistake, I've learned, and I will move forward.
That's such a profound form of self-respect. It's about recognizing our own growth and being kind to ourselves.
Let's shift gears a bit. Self-respect isn't something handed to us by the world, is it?
Not at all. It's something we cultivate through our daily choices, choosing honesty over approval, and sometimes stepping away from what's comfortable.
And it's okay if we don't get it right every single day. Self-respect is not about perfection. It's about direction.
Exactly. The journey is ongoing, and we'll have moments where old habits resurface. What matters is that we keep choosing ourselves.
Absolutely. So remember to treat your time, energy, and heart as the precious things they are.
Because ultimately, the world will treat you the way you teach it to treat you. Let's teach it well.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you found this conversation enlightening and empowering. Keep embracing your self-respect.
Until next time, take care and keep finding your voice.